Hello guys, and welcome to another discussion video. And over the past few months, a lot of people have been concerned about Splatoon 3 and if it was going to be different enough from Splatoon 2. And now that we got a direct that revealed a lot of information about the game, I could say it's kinda different, but it still doesn't really have too much of a distinction. And I do feel like this game looks pretty good. Like, it has a lot going for it, and I'm definitely excited to play it. Like, I really like the style of the game. It definitely seems to be more unique, and I think that's definitely a part of the distinction for this game, because it seems like there's a style that definitely looks more unique than the other games, because the other games more so have their own style, kind of. They're more just like, they just take place within like a regular kind of city, and it just kind of shows like the whole Splatoon style culture that it has. But this game seems to do something different and has more of a post-apocalyptic style, and it definitely kind of has more of a distinction to it this time. And there definitely seems to be like a lot of tweaks to the gameplay this time, and a lot of new mechanics, like the Squid Surge, which is basically like a thing where you can swim up walls quickly, the Squid Roll, where you could basically do fast turns quickly, and also that new thing where you can kind of get launched onto the stage. So yeah, I can definitely understand the concern that this looks too similar to Splatoon 2, even now after the Direct, because it seems like there's really no completely new mode here. And that is a little disappointing, because I feel like there definitely was potential to have like a completely new mode, kind of like how Splatoon 2 added Salmon Run. So yeah, I feel like that concern definitely is justified, but I do like what they are doing with this game and the things that are here. And like, with going back to Salmon Run, with this game specifically, it definitely seems like they are improving it a lot. And that's what I see with this game in general. It definitely seems like they're improving things and overhauling a lot of aspects from Splatoon 2. Like with Salmon Run specifically, I think you can play it at any time now. There's also like a much more variety with like bosses and different things. So that definitely does seem more refined, and definitely a pretty substantial update to the Salmon Run from Splatoon 2. And another thing that I like is the lobbies, because it's basically more of like an interactive way of like waiting and selecting a game and everything. And I really like that it's its own area now. So there's also like the different lockers you can customize, and there's definitely a lot of customization in this game due to like the different clothes and different things. And like, again, I can see like a lot of similarities in between Splatoon 2 and this game, and definitely the concern for it, because it definitely seems like a lot of things aren't changing enough, and that's definitely valid. But I do feel like there are some things about this game that are justified for this game being a sequel and everything, but I do feel like there could be a little more change and everything. I do like some of the other features that this game has as well, like the Splatfests definitely seem to be getting a pretty substantial update this time. Like, it's getting like the 3-way this time, and now there's like the 3 idols. Like there's Fry, Shiver, and Big Man. I think Big Man is pretty cool. But just overall, I feel like there are some changes, and then there's some things that really do need more change with this game. And one thing that I do like about this game, aside from like the difference between Splatoon 2 and this game, is that the fact that this game will have more content at launch, which I really like. This will actually have 12 stages this time, aside from, I think 8 was in Splatoon 2 and 5 was in the first game. That was definitely pretty lacking in the first 2 games, and I'm glad they're definitely improving here. That's definitely a pretty big improvement, and I feel like they're definitely handling the updates better with this game. And with this game in general, I feel like this game is really made for the free updates. Well, they really work in this game and everything, because it's an active online game, and it really does need to be supported. Like, it is like one of those games that kind of do need updates. Like games like Nintendo Switch Sports, Mario Golf, or Mario Strikers, those games really need more content at launch. And yes, it's fine to do updates for those games, because they are, like, well, I mean, especially like Mario Strikers are pretty active online. It really does need more content at launch and everything, and doesn't really need to rely on updates as much. Splatoon, though, it really does need the updates to keep this game active and everything, because it's even more active online and everything. So I feel like that's good, and I feel like that's definitely a positive change from Splatoon 2 that this game will have more content, but will handle the updates well, because I feel like Splatoon 2 did handle the updates pretty well, but the only issue with that game was just the lack of content at launch. But I feel like that this game is definitely fixing that issue and everything. So, just overall, I can definitely understand the concern still that there isn't as much of a distinction between Splatoon 2 and this game, but I do feel like this game does have enough going for it in terms of like style, new mechanics, and the story mode and everything, in order to be like its own thing and everything. And I wanted to talk about the story mode for a little bit. The story mode actually does seem to be like pretty big and everything, and it definitely seems like they were hyping it up a little more in this game and everything. So it definitely seems like the story mode will be like much more of a selling point this time than it was previously, because previously it was just a thing that was there. It was a pretty big aspect, obviously, but it wasn't really marketed as much as the online mode and everything. So I feel like this is definitely going to be a bigger story mode and everything, and I feel like it's definitely going to justify this game even more. So anyways, those are my thoughts on how Splatoon 3 is both a little too similar to Splatoon 2, and still is different enough from Splatoon 2 to be its own thing. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.